Hey everyone, hope you're doing well and staying safe. In this video, I'm going to continue on with the authentication stack and then now do the signup screen and then combine the signup screen and the login screen together. So let me first navigate to my folder where I have my project. So as you can see, this is the Git command. We have the splash screen, which we can close because we're not doing anything more with that. The signup screen is now empty, we're going to work on it. And this is our login screen. Then we have our main. So first, let's begin with the signup screen. To do that, we need to import React, and then we're going to import use state from React. Then we are going to do just like we did with the login screen, make the components for the texts, touchable opacity, all that good stuff. So we're importing this now. So I'm going to say import text, view, scroll view, keyboard avoiding view, text input, keyboard, safe area view, alert, style sheet. Then what we want is touchable opacity, and that is all. So say from React Native. So now that we have this taken care of, next what we want to do is import the linear gradient. So import linear gradient from React Native linear gradient, and then we are going to do the database as well because we want to insert the data into the database because this is our signup screen. So I'm going to say import open database from, and this can be React Native SQLite storage. Now I'm gonna now before I do anything else, I want to first just create the signup component to make sure this loads properly on our screen. So I'm going to say const sign up is equal to open close parentheses, arrow function, do a return. And then for the return, I'll just put text and say signup.js. Now, like any other React component, you have to export it. So I'm going to say export default and then do signup. So you have to make sure that whatever your component is, you want to export it to the main screen. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do this and put our style sheet at the bottom. So const styles is equal to stylesheet.create, and make sure I have that here. So to make sure we have this working, let's go to our main.js, and we are going to import our signup screen now. So I'm going to say import signup from /authstack /signup. Then instead of returning the login screen, I'm returning the signup. Whoops, wrong tab. And now that I have this taken care of, what I need to do now is change directory into my project folder and then run React because I want to see the changes as I go. So I'm going to do cd and then change into my workout app. So it's my workout app 2. Do ls, make sure that I'm in the right folder. I'm good to go. So now that I'm good to go, I can just do react-native space run-android in my terminal. So I can see this is the signup screen that we're working with. And now we're going to begin by implementing the necessary database stuff so that we can insert the data to our database. So in our signup.js, we want to create the necessary stuff for our database. So I'm going to say let error cb equal error, and it's going to be an arrow function, so I'll say console.log. If this fails, I'm going to say SQL error plus whatever the error is. Otherwise, I'm going to say let success CB equal, and then inside of here, say console.log opened users database. Then here I'll say let db equal open database, put name is equal to the name that I have, in this case it's users.db, and then if it's successful, I'm going to say success CB, otherwise error CB. So, yeah. So now that that's done, we can now begin with the variables that we're going to be using for this project, or for the signup anyway. So say let, and then open closed brackets, input username, and then set input username is equal to useState, and it's going to be just an empty string. Press Alt Shift and then the down arrow 3 times. Then I'm going to change just this. Control highlight this right here, and then press Control D. That's going to highlight the next one. Instead of saying username, I'm going to put password. Then I'm going to say, instead of first name, instead of username, I'll say first name. And then for this one, I'm going to put the last name. Last name. That still did not work. So first name and first name. Okay. Yes. Okay, good. And then under here, let me put my semicolons, save. Then under here, I'm going to create a function to generate a specific user token. So I'll call this generate token, and pass it in length. Then I'm going to say let A equal, and then this is going to be the entire alphabet, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Then we want the capitalized version, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And then we want the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So let me just make sure I have this right. L, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And then I'm going to put a dot splits here. Then I'm going to say let B equal to an empty array. And then I'm going to have a function, so for let I equals 0, I is less than length. I do not know why that shifted like that. So I plus plus. And then I'm going to say let J is equal to math.random times A dot length minus 1 dot to fixed of 0, and then it's going to be B sub I is equal to A sub J, and then I'm going to return B dot join the string. Make sure that's on the outside. return b.join. Now that we have that taken care of, now we can do the database, the backend section for the databases. So to insert into the data. So for this, I'm going to say let register underscore info is equal to an arrow function. I'm going to console.log and put input username, input password, input first name, and then input last name. So I'm going to make sure that the username, password, first name, last name are being inputted properly. Then I'm going to say if there's no input username, I'm going to put out an alert saying please fill in username. And then I'm going to have this return because I do not want them to continue on. And I'm going to copy this code and just paste it 3 more times. So instead of saying username, I'm going to say if there's no input password, please fill in password. If there is no first name, please fill in first name. And if there is no last name, please fill in last name. So username, password, first name, last name. And I'm going to return it every time. Then, if all of those do pass without any problems, they inputted successfully, I'm going to say let token is equal to generate token, and I'm going to pass it in 64 because that's the length that I had for my varchar in my database. Then inside of here, I'm going to say db.transaction. It's going to be a function of, and then I'm going to pass it tx. So inside of here, I'm going to say let SQL statement equal, then do the tilde key, so I can do multi-line at once, or multi-line text string. So I'll say insert into users underscore table. So my user table that I created, user underscore name, user underscore password. Then I am going to put user underscore, or first underscore name, and then last underscore name, and finally user underscore token. And then for here, I'm going to put the values, open close parentheses, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the username, password, first name, last name, user token. And then after this, I'm going to say tx.execute SQL, and inside here I'm just put my SQL statement. Then I am passing in 5 things, so I'm going to pass in my input username, input password, input first name, input last name, and then the token that we created. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to have a callback function, so it's going to be tx, just put that down here for right now, so tx, comma, results. Inside of the callback function, I'll do a console.log, inside here put results, and then put results.rowsAffected, and then I'll say if results.rowsAffected is greater than 0, then I am going to put an alert.alert inside here I'll say success. You are registered successfully, and I'll pass in an array, open close braces, then I'll say text, and then this is going to be the OK text, and then I'll just put here for right now navigation, because I'll come back to this as soon as I implement the navigate feature. Then I'll put a comma after here, comma after this brace, and actually I'll say cancelable is equal to false. And then after this parenthesis, I'll put a close parenthesis or colon. Then after this close brace, I'll say else alert, and then it'll say registration failed. So for a reason, if it doesn't work, it will not work. So then we have these closed. So once that's done, now we can go to the main beef of the return and make it look nice. So I'll get rid of this, put a safe area view, and do linear gradient. Inside of here I'll do colors is equal to, and then this takes two color, or this takes an array, so I'll put two colors. In this case it's going to be purple and dark blue. So then inside of my linear gradient, let me just save this first, go back here. Oh, yeah, there's not going to be anything there. So from here, I'm going to put a scroll view and put keyboard should persist taps equal handled. Then inside my scroll view, I'll do a keyboard avoiding view where the behavior is equal to padding. Then inside of here, I'm going to have a view on the same of here. Then inside my view, I'm going to have text. So this will be my main thing to let people know it's the title of what I want. So I'll say text. I'll say enter credentials. So then if I come here, say enter credentials, good to go. Then I'll have a view here. Inside this view, it's going to be the body for all of the text that we need to input. So I'm going to have another view for each of the text itself. And then I'm going to have one more view, and this is going to be for the beginning. So in this case, it's for the accidental, in case someone accidentally tapped on it and they want to get back to where they started. It's going to hold a touchable opacity. It's going to have text inside of here. It will say tap here to go back. So we have that. Then under this touchable opacity, we have another view. This is going to be for the username. So in here I'm going to put text, and inside this text, I'm going to simply say username. So I have username right there. And then I have text input because I want to input text. And it's going to have a style which I'll implement later, and say on change text is equal to input text, input username, arrow function to set input username. And then I'm going to pass it in input username. And then I'm going to have underline color Android equal to hex value of white, so #1 2 3 4 5 6 capital Fs. Do placeholder is equal to username here. Let me get rid of this capital S. Placeholder text color is going to be white as before. And do keyboard type is equal to default. On submit editing is going to be equal to keyboard dot dismiss, because I want to make sure it goes away when you press the enter button. Then we do blur on submit is going to be false, and then secure text entry is equal to false. Just the text input is a self-enclosed tag, so you don't need anything else from here. Next, we're going to do another view. For this view, it's going to be for the password. So let me just get some space between this. So this is going to be for the password. Do text, say password. Then I am going to have a text input, same as before. On change text is equal to input password, arrow function, set input password. I can have that to the input password. Then you have underline color Android is equal to #1 2 3 4 5 6. Placeholder is equal to password here. Then we're going to have the placeholder color is equal to white. Placeholder text color equal to white. Have the keyboard type is equal to default. On submit editing is equal to keyboard dot dismiss. Blur on submit is equal to false, and then the secure text entry is equal to true. Because this is a password, we want to make sure it is secure when they do that. So next we're going to have another view. This one is going to be for the first name, and then we'll have one last one for the last name. So in here I'm going to have text, say first name, and we'll do input, or is it text input, on change text is equal to, and input first name, set input first name to the input first name. Underline color Android is equal to the hex value of white. We have placeholder is equal to enter first name. Then we have the placeholder text color is equal to white. We have the keyboard type is equal to default. we have the onSubmit editing is equal to keyboard.dismiss. Blur onSubmit is equal to false, and then secure text entry is equal to false, because this is not a password. So then from here, let's check to make sure this is panning out. So username, password, first name. Oh, actually, let me say first name here. So once that's done, we have one more. Inside here, it's going to be text, say last name. And inside of our last name, it's going to be the same thing. Text input is be onChange text is equal to input last name, set input last name to input last name, and do underline color Android is equal to white. Then we want placeholder is equal to last name here. Then we want the placeholder text color to be white. Then we want the keyboard type to be default. Then the onSubmit editing is going to be keyboard.dismiss. And the blur onSubmit is going to be false. And then the secure text entry is also going to be false. And this again is a self-enclosed tag, so that's all you need. So then we finished the input text, then we finished the thing for that. Now what we're going to do is create a view here for our button, and then I'm going to put a touchable opacity in here, and then I'll have text. Inside this text it will say submit. And that is all that it will have right now. So as you can see, there's submit right there, username, password, first name, last name, all that good stuff. So for the touchable opacity, actually what we want is onPress is equal to here this function, and it's going to use the register info function that we created. So if we tap on here, let's say please fill in username. So at least that works right now. We'll test this once we get the thing beautified. So right now what I want to do is put in the styles so that it can look more like a sign up screen. So say container, and then have the height to 100%, and the width be 100%, and then after the container I'm going to have here. So for the safe area view, I'm going to give this the style is equal to styles.container. Doesn't really change anything, but that's fine. So the linear gradient is going to be where we're going to have our main content. So I'm going to call this main content. Inside of here, I'm going to say height is equal to 100%, and the width is equal to 100%. So if we go to the main content now, where the linear gradient is, we put style is equal to styles dot main content. You'll see now that it's looking a little bit better. Not too neat, but it's getting there. So then next we're going to do something for the scroll view. So we'll say scroll after I add a comma here. Scroll view style. And then here I'll say height is going to be 0%. Just to make sure it gets there. Then width is equal to 100%. So we go back to our scroll view. Say style is equal to styles dot scroll view style. So within this entire thing, you're going to be able to scroll. Now, we're going to do something for this keyboard style too. So we'll say keyboard style. We're going to say height is equal to 100%, and the width is also equal to 100%. There we go. Copy this, go back to where our keyboard is, say style is equal to styles dot keyboard style. Doesn't really do anything again, but we're just keeping it together. Next we're going to do our title, so this right here. So for the title, I can go down and say the say title title style, and then inside of here I'm going to put margin top to 25, the font size to 40, font family to Arial, do font weight of bold, do the border color of gold, that rhymes. Then we'll do border radius of 30, do border width of 5, margin left of 5. We're going to have a background color, which is kind of like the login screen, so it'll just be RGBA, and then in here it will be 0, 0, 0, and 0.25. Do text align as center. Color is going to be white, because I want the text to be white. Padding is going to be 20. Width will be 400. And height will be 100. And align self will be center. And this is going to be for the title style, but in this case it's actually going to be for this right here. So inside here I'm going to put style is equal to styles dot title style. Come back here. Now as you can see, it's a little bit off on the right hand side, and that's going to be our border. So if you wanted to maybe change this, instead of margin left 5, you can make it like a 3. It kind of fixes it. Just see what that does. Yeah, as you can see, it makes it a little bit more centered. But it's however you want. Really, it's just how you want to style this. It's entirely up to you. But now that we have done the title, we now want to do the view which holds all of the text. So I'm going to do that now. And this I'm going to call input text body. So I'll say input text body. inside here, I'm doing margin top. It's going to be 20. Do align self center. Width will be 350. Height will be 500. Background color will be RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.5. Border radius is going to be 20, and then we want to justify the content in this to be center. Make sure that comma here. So the comma there is done. Come back up here to where we have our view for the credentials, and do style.styles is equal to input text body. Now, as you can see, we have this going right here. So, so that looks pretty good. Now, inside of our text body, we want to get the containers sorted out. So for here, I'm going to create a style called input text container. I'm going to say margin top is equal to 30. The width will be 350 and the height will be 500. Make sure I have a comma here. Then for the input text container, I'm going to put this where the body is. So inside of underneath the body, our first view, style is equal to styles dot input text container. So now, as you can see, it looks just a little bit more up and even flush against this this background. So this container. So then, first I'm going to start off by doing the tap here to go back. So I'm going to try and make this a little bit more nice and pretty. So to do that, I'm going to create a style for that. So in this, I'm going to call it accidental press view. And then I am going to give this a height of 25, a width of 150, align self, and I'm going to say flex end. Then I'm going to put a margin right of 20, a border radius of 5, border color of a hex value. I found this online. It's actually pretty nice looking. So it'd be 8109 capital B7. And then I'm going to have a border width of 2. And then I'm also going to do a for the text as well. So I'm going to say accidental press text. Inside of here, I'm going to say margin top is 1. The color is white. The font size is 14. The font weight is bold. The text align is center. The height is 25 and the width is 150. So then if I go back up here, as you can see, I'm going to give this style is equal to styles dot, I call this accidental press view, and then inside of my text here, I'm going to say style is equal to styles dot accidental press text. Come back here. Now you can see if we tap here, nothing's going to happen, which will change when I implement the navigation. But for right now, it just is a way for people to get back to where they were in case I accidentally clicked on register new account. So now that we have this done, now we have now I'm going to do styles for the username and all that. So for this, I'm going to call this, I'm going to do it for each view. So I'll say input text view. I'll give this a width of 300, height of 100, and then align self to center. I'm also going to give it for the title, so I'll say input text title, then I'll say margin top is going to be 15, color is going to be white, the width is going to be 300, the height is going to be 30, the font size will be 20, and the margin bottom will be 7. Margin bottom will be 7. And then I'm going to have one for the text style. So I'll say input text style. Color white. The padding will be left is going to be 15. Padding right is going to be 15. Border width is going to be 1. Border radius is going to be 15. Border color is going to be gold, not cold. And then after this, I'll get back to that in a second. So for each of these, we're going to have a input text view, text, and then input. So if we go up here, let's say style is equal to styles dot input text view, then we'll have style is equal to styles dot input text title, then we'll say style is equal to styles dot input text style. Come back here, see your username here, and all that. So then we just copy all of this and just paste it to the next one. See? We have this. Yeah, so as you can see, we have this right here. And then now all we need to do is our button. So for our button, we're going to say submit button. I'm going to say margin top is going to be 20. Align self is going to be center. The height is going to be 50. The width is going to be 200. The background color is going to be $A4ADE7. The border radius is going to be 20, and the margin bottom is going to be 20 as well. And then for the text of the button, I'll say submit button text. It's going to be margin top of 13, the width of 200, text align of center, font size of 20, font family of Arial, because it's a universal one. Pretty much every device has Arial. Do a font weight of bold, and then do a color of white. So for the submit button, I'm going to have that where the view is. So I'll say style is equal to styles.submit button. And then for the text, I'll say style is equal to styles.submit button text. So now, as you can see, let me refresh this. Yeah, it's a little weird, the color, but I don't know, it kind of goes well with the blue. So basically you have your credentials, you tap here to go back, all that. So now that we have our sign up thing, I now want to implement the stack, so I can access both the sign up and login screen. In order to do that, I need to first import a couple of things from the libraries we installed. So let's say import navigation container from, and it's going to be at React Native or React Navigation Native, and I'm going to import create stack navigator from at React Navigation Stack. And then, because I have the login and sign up already here, I don't need to do anything for those. Now, what I want to do is come down here and create the authentication stack. So I'll say const authstack is equal to create stack navigator. Then, and here I'm going to say const authstack screen. And this is going to be a functional component. So then what you want to do is just return, instead of here, you just want to do authstack.navigator. You want to make sure that the header mode is none, because otherwise it will have the name of each screen at the top, and it's very annoying to have, so keep it as none. I'll say authstack.screen. Then for this, the name is going to be login. Then the component is going to be the login component. And then the options that we're going to have for this, I'm just going to call this title, and then for the title, I'll say login. Then the auth screen is a self self-closed oh, my bad. There we go. It's self-enclosing, so I don't have to add anything to it. Then I'm going to have another authstack.screen, and this one is, as you guessed it, going to be for the log or sign up. So I'll say sign up as the name. The component is going to be sign up, just like we have above. Again, the options are going to equal title, say sign up. And again, that's self-enclosed. So, yeah. So then what we want to do is take our auth stack screen here, and instead of having this like how we have it right now, what we want to do is actually return not the sign up screen anymore, but in the navigation container. So we want to, inside our navigation container, this is how you navigate between screens. I'm going to put the, actually before I do this, I actually need to make a root stack. So I'll just say const root stack is equal to create stack navigator. So then inside of here, I'm going to say root stack dot screen dot navigator. My apologies. Dot navigator. Header mode is equal to none. So inside of here, I'll say root stack dot screen, and then on here I'll put name is equal to auth stack, and then the component is equal to, as you guessed it, the auth stack screen, because that's the component that holds our screens together. You don't need to have a title. It's just going to do as is. So we come back here, refresh this. Now, as you can see, we have our login screen. If we click on here, it's not going to navigate because I haven't updated it here, obviously. So let me go do that now. So for the touchable opacity, I'm going to have a sorry, for the text, I'll say on press is equal to an arrow function, but it's just going to be a navigation dot navigate. It's going to navigate to what we have called sign up. But to make this active, I actually need to pass in. I don't know why it does that, but sometimes it likes to do that. But I need to pass in navigation first. So in the top of our login, I had to tap in print open close braces, then pass in navigation. And just like here, I also did for my sign up too. Otherwise, the navigation function will not work. So my sign up, open close braces, type in navigation. So then, if I go here, let me redo this. Tap on here. Now it takes me to here. If I tap here, it's not going to take me back. That's because I do not have this implemented. So, that is going to be for sign up. Where's my accidental? Yes, so for my sign up, just like I have for my previous one, I'm going to say on press is equal to just another arrow function, but instead of this, I'm saying navigation dot go back. So then if I refresh here, it'll take me to my login screen. So if I press here, go back, tap here, it'll take me to there. And as you can see, for my sign up, I need to change this now to have it set to navigate to my login screen once we log in successfully. Excuse me. So I'll say onPress colon parentheses arrow function navigation dot navigate. Actually, I think I can just do go back. Just do login. So then let's test this out. Refresh. So we don't have an account, tap here, then we'll type in, say, David G. Oh, did not mean to do that. Password 23456 ones. First name, David. Last name, Grace. This is done. Yeah, this is a little bug that I have to try and figure out. Press submit. Okay, so instead of doing go back, we'll have to do navigate. Actually, wait. Do this. Oh, so I guess so from here we'll do navigate, login. That was it. So that should work, because then if we type in, I think it was Grace, then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we should get a console.log. Yeah, okay. So as you can see, it works. We can log in. Next, I will be implementing the home stack. Before I end this video, let me do the GitHub version control so we can continue on with our progress. So if you go to your terminal, what you want to do is do git add star, then you want to do git commit -m. Inside here you want to say added authstack screens. Then we'll say git push --set -u origin master. It's going to push all of that. Successfully did that. So when we go to this web page, go to our master, see how it's just updated 16 seconds ago. Our main, so now we have all of this taken care of. Go to our authstack, login, we have this, and then for our sign up we have this. So that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video.